Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this video, I want to go through a Mystic Maze Run with I6 Lady Nifle. So I will showcase how she fares in the difficulty 6, so the trial rank 60 and level 80, character level 80 difficulty for Mystic Maze. And she is not that fast with the trash mob waves with compared to I6 Lin. But for boss fights, she is actually a lot more comfy to play, a lot more comfortable, and a lot faster than Lin. And in the trash mobs waves, so force, she's actually not that slow either. So in comparison to characters like Rhythm, or Rhythm will be fast for say one wave, but after the first wave, she will run out of sanity unless you get a lot of skill efficiency and sanity restoration buffs. Also for Rhythm, she really lags behind for the boss fight at the very end. So I wouldn't recommend using Rhythm for Mystic Maze, even though I really like Rhythm. So as you can see for Lady Nifle, here, she actually clears these very fast. And Lin is actually really fast for these waves, but again, she isn't very good for the single target boss fight at the very end, especially if you get Hellfire. Oh boy, if you get Hellfire for the last boss for this Mystic Maze mode at difficulty 6, it is actually the worst possible boss that you can get for this entire game mode, because in the first phase, she is actually not that difficult, but after the first phase, and she starts spouting out the fireballs at you every time you try to go into ultimate form with I6 Lin, she is actually the worst boss to fight with as an I6 Lin player. And I haven't faced Hellfire yet with Lady Nifle, thankfully, but I think even Lady Nifle will sometimes be a bit annoying to play with against the Hellfire boss. And something about Lady Nifle and Lin is that they are very good against the Psyche boss fight, because the Psyche boss fight is actually just a ranged DPS check because of her face when she goes up into the air and spawns the 4 wings. So Lady Nifle and Lin are both very good in fighting the Psyche boss fight, and so they're both very good. I just prefer Lady Nifle just because of her capability in dealing with the boss at the very end for those annoying bosses like Hellfire. So so this is the one of the boss fights, and well, not really. This is actually more like a trash boss fight with 4 mobs, but later on, you will see how fast she clears the boss fights, and these waves of mobs are actually not that difficult. It gets more difficult later on because they are actually bullet sponges, and they have a lot of health, especially the elites. For example, this one, this should be dead, but it's not. So they have a lot of health, and if you put the affixes for increased health, it will be even more time consuming. So that's why I don't take the box, but the affixes for increased health and decreased damage taken, because it will just prolong the run, and I want stress-free runs. So having them being low HP allows me to have stress-free runs when I'm doing Mystic Maze. And like what I'm doing right now is just playing Lady Nifle in Mystic Maze and talking to you guys. So I'm having a really chill time, and I'm just like talking without even having a script. Well, all my videos don't have a script, but like even more so now because I'm actually playing while talking and thinking about what to say. So it's actually really chill just playing with Lady Nifle I6 and doing these runs. So like I said before in my previous videos, with the affixes that I have, you get around 8,400 thread of time every time you finish a Mystic run like these. So you get around 840,000 coins just from doing these Mystic Maze runs. So I actually ran a lot coins. So that's why I'm recording this video and doing this Mystic Maze runs while farming for, yeah, basically farming for coins. So aside from that, you get, I believe the celerity, like the melee constant weapon and range constant weapon demon wedges actually refresh every week. So I could be wrong, I'll check in a bit, but I believe those constant weapon blueprints and purple demon wedges actually refresh every week. So it is actually quite important for you after you reach trial rank 60 to farm every week those demon wedge blueprints until you get them to plus 10. So it will take 10 blueprints. So that will take 5 weeks in total, because every week you can only get 2 blueprints. But rest assured, for the purple ones, you actually have enough to craft the two golden demon wedges every week, because you get 6 purple demon wedge of that category of purple demon wedge every week that you can buy, and 3 is required to craft every blueprint. So that means 6 is required to craft 2 blueprints. So that will be enough for you to get 2 golden melee or ranged constant weapon demon wedge for that category every week, and those refresh every week, so every week you can get 2. Aside from that, it's nothing special. You get some goodies like card mines, which is very important, and also EXP books from doing Thread of Time, from the Thread of Time that you get from the Mystic Maze. So those are also very important resources that you can get just from doing Mystic Maze. Obviously, the only ones that are unlimited every week are the coins. So that is something to bear in mind. But I can say for sure that this is the best way to farm coins if you are really lacking coins. Even excavation is not as fast as this one unless you got the golden books and you're doing it in co-op. Even if you're doing a solo, I believe this method is actually faster than doing solo excavation runs. Especially because it takes like 15 to 20 minutes just to finish a solo run of the excavation up to wave 5. Of course, if you're doing boosters for every wave in excavation, then of course excavation would be the best. But usually people just do no boosters for wave 1 to 4, and then a juiced up golden book booster for the last wave for a total of like 1 mil to 1.2 mil coins. But just from this method of Mystic Maze, you get 840 coins, 840,000 coins. So it's actually pretty decent for your time, and it takes like, I think this video is going on for like around 7 minutes now, and we're almost done. So it takes around like 10 minutes for each run with my affixes, because I have the affix for the Mystic Maze where I don't even need to choose what buffs I get, because having that buff and buff choosing menu for that animation, it actually takes a lot of time because it adds up for each wave. So right now I have the affix, which helps me to choose randomly what affix I want for the run. For example, just now it chose the affix for me automatically, so it saves me time from having to choose the affix. So I'm not even going to go to the shop and redeem the buffs, because it takes. Okay, so this is a perfect example. So we have the Hellfire boss right now. So this boss is the most annoying boss in the entire Mystic Maze team matchup for the final boss. So we're gonna test out to see just how annoying and how much time it takes to clear this Hellfire boss. So we took 25% HP from the boss, and we're using Lady Nifle. So you can just imagine how much time it takes for Lyn to clear this Hellfire boss if you're using her in this tier of Mystic Maze. So I'm already like trying my best to do as much damage as possible, and she hits like a truck as well. So she's gonna start spouting out the fireball soon after she reaches like 50%. So yeah, so right now she's starting to fire those bullets, so you can see here. So those actually do a lot of damage. So that is why Lin being not like static in place is actually really bad for this boss fight. And I'm using Lady Nifle, so I'm shooting the bullets while moving, and the bullets are actually triggering her passive or her skill. So it's actually a very good matchup for me while using Lady Nifle. So as you can see, I'm almost dying, but it's fine if I die because each run of a Mystic Maze, you get 1 revive. So it's actually better that you die and just tank the hits and wait for the boss to die just from all your hits. So she's gonna do this move again, which is very annoying, and this is why this boss is the most annoying boss in the entire matchup for this final boss fight. And I'm gonna be almost dead now because I'm playing very bad and this boss is really annoying. And yeah, I'm just use the ult here so she's gonna spout the fireballs again, as you can see. So it's really annoying. She's gonna dive in. I'm about to dodge. And she's actually really annoying to play against. And I can actually die here and reset my HP, but just to play safe, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to use ult again just to have more probability in triggering the skills using ranged. So she got exposed, so we're going to finish her off. So that's why this Hellfire boss is the most annoying boss fight in the entire Mystic Maze matchup. So we get 8,400 thread of time around, and I'll show you how much coins you can get from 8,400 thread of time. So we're just going to wait for the game to load. I have a slow PC, so it's gonna take some time. So let's see how much we can get. So we're gonna redeem all of it, so 8,400. So we get 840k on coins. So that's about it. And as you see, so actually the blueprints do not refresh. So I'm gonna put in the comments below that the blueprints do not refresh because I don't want to record this video again. So the blueprints do not refresh. So they refresh in 2 weeks. So actually don't worry about getting the blueprints that in a rush because they actually don't refresh. So you got plenty of time. So farm for your thread of time, farm for your coins, and have a good time. And I'll see you on the next one.